I'm back in my comfort zone. That means I'm going to talk about Kiss. Kiss, all these bands that I talk about, the records that I talk about. I love them all, but more than anything, or more than any of them, I love talking about Kiss. And if you haven't noticed, in these first few seconds, I'll point out that my voice is not what it should be. I've got maybe a little bit of laryngitis. I've had a cold for a few days, and I probably shouldn't be talking at all. It's probably not good for my voice, but hey, I need to entertain you people, so that's what I'm going to do. So I may be a little bit quiet or maybe lower energy than normal. I'm okay. It's just a touch of laryngitis. So I'm going to talk about this. Look at this. This is, by the way, if you don't know, this means two. It's not alive I. It's not alive 11. It's two. These are something called this is stuff from like a long time ago, like maybe 40 years ago. Something called Roman numerals. So it's Kiss Alive. I haven't talked about this proper, and I haven't really talked about Kiss proper for a while. I did Ace Frehley's 1978 album a week and a half or 2 weeks ago or something. But so I'm gonna do Kiss proper today. Now Kiss Alive, I've done a couple of videos talking about Kiss Alive. Alive 2 I've never done. I did kind of like a mashup comparing Alive and Alive 2 with, this was a year and a half ago, I don't even remember, with Jason McMaster, Chris McClernand, and Daniel DK. We went through that with they say a fine tooth comb, I think is what they would say. We went through both those albums. But today I'm going to focus on Alive 2. Now the reason I have this now is I got this yesterday at El Chopo. You can watch, I did a video record shopping at El Chopo. Now I had 4 copies of Alive. I have my original one that I got for Christmas in 1976. I have a brand new one that I bought in Arizona, I don't know, a year ago. And then I got a Mexican copy at El Chopo also last year. And then also at El Chopo last year, or maybe it was early this year, I found another copy of Alive, a used copy, but an American Alive, so I got that. And I realized I don't need 4. So I took it with me yesterday to El Chopo to use it as, I guess in this collecting thing, they call it trade bait. So I used Alive as trade bait. And I saw this when it was in the front of the crate. And I've always said, if you put Kiss in the front of the crate, that's going to get my attention. And he also had Dynasty at the sticking up out of the crate beside it, which I also bought. Kiss will always get my attention. So when we looked at it, or when I saw it, I said, I was there with Lily, and I said, how much do you think this is going to be? She said, maybe 500. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 800. I think that's what I said. And we asked, and it was 250, which is actually a pretty good price for Alive too. So I asked the guy, would he trade it for my copy of Alive? And I gave it to him. He looked at it. He said, okay, but his Alive 2, he said, this is a double record. And I said, so is mine. Alive is a double. And he said, oh, he didn't know. He didn't realize. So maybe he's not a big Kiss guy. And then we traded straight up. So I got, so now instead of having 4 copies of Alive and 0 of Alive 2, now I have 3 copies of Alive and 1 of Alive 2. That's much better for me. And I don't think you'll get this is really, I would love to find this new. I think it's really hard to find this new with the inserts, the booklet inside. I'm sure this doesn't have the booklet. You can kind of see this is not in the best condition. It's actually in somewhat poor condition, probably somewhat equal to the Alive that I gave the guy. But to find this new, which I would love to do, I've been watching Amazon for maybe close to 2 months now, and it's never available. So I'll have this for now. Maybe at some point I will find Alive 2 brand new for a decent price. Now, what I really like about this too, this is a Mexican version, and if you can see, it's got, and I love this, it's got the song titles in Spanish. They translate them literally and often very poorly into Spanish. And I will go through this. Detroit, Ciudad del Rock. That's how, you know what that one is. Rey de la Vida Nocturna, King of the Nighttime World. I like this one. El Baño de Mujeres, that's ladies' room. Haciendo el Amor is making love. El Canon or Cañon, it looks like a tilde, N-A. El Cañón de Amor is Love Gun. Llamando al Doctor Amor is Calling Dr. Love. Cristina 16, Christine 16. Sacúdeme, Shock Me. Mujer con Mala Suerte is Hard Luck Woman. Mañana y esta noche, Tomorrow and Tonight. Robe tu amor, I Stole Your Love. Beth is Beth. Dios del Trueno, God of Thunder. Te quiero, I Want You. Gritenlo fuerte is Shout It Out Loud. And then the studio cuts are El Hombre Americano, All American Man. Bailando en los Estados Unidos de America, Rockin' in the USA. I guess there's no translation for rockin', so they put bailando, which is like dancing in the USA. Más grande que la vida is Larger than life. Aje en cohete, Rocket Ride, and como tú quieras is any way you want it. So there they are in Spanish. I think that's pretty far out, Daddy. I like that. And you know what I realized this morning? I didn't even open this when to look at it yesterday. I just thought it's a trade. I don't really care. I care a little bit. I care probably more about the outer condition. I guess they call it the not the media, but yes. And I thought, this is not bad. At least it looks intact. So there's no way this is gonna have the booklet or the tattoos inside. That's impossible. But so this is not an unboxing, but it is an unwrapping. No, first of all, I should talk about this album before I open it. I've talked everybody. If you've watched any of my videos, I've probably mentioned it. Even when I talk about any band, not about Kiss. Kiss Alive is my favorite record ever. It was the first one I ever got, and I always cite Iron Maiden Live After Death as my second favorite. Scorpions Worldwide Live, and I'm maybe kind of cheating myself. This realistically is my second favorite album, but I kind of do this stupid thing where I think I set a rule for myself, only one album per band. So, but realistically, Kiss Alive 2 is my second favorite live album. Afterlife. And there was a time when I got Kiss Alive when I was very young, and I didn't get Alive 2 until probably around I would guess around 1985. It had been out for quite some time. This came out in 70, the tour was 77. I guess the album came out in 77 or maybe early 78. Let me check the year. I don't know. Yeah, 77 or 78. But I used to, when I was a kid, and this was new, I used to go to the record store. I used to go with my parents, I don't know if it was every Friday or every other Friday, to a supermarket. And the supermarket was in like a plaza. And in the plaza there was a pharmacy called Knuckles Pharmacy, and some other stores. Then there was a record store. And I used to go in the record store and just pick up Alive and stare at it. I love the cover so much. I still love it. Especially everybody knows, and I think everybody thinks this about, that's like the greatest picture of Gene ever. And I only found out maybe 5 years ago, maybe even less, that now when I was a kid, I thought these were all live photos from a real concert. And then at some point you realize that they're not. But I always thought Gene's was live and the other ones were staged. But I found out a few years ago that Gene's is not from a live concert. It was actually staged as well. I think they poured water on him and extra blood so it would look more how it really looks. So it's not an actual concert photo. None of these are. Oh, there's a better picture of it there, of course. Can I say that's the greatest photo ever? Maybe not the greatest concert photo ever, because it's not a concert photo, but oh my God, just incredible. And I don't like this as much as Alive, but when I did get it, as I said, in 1985, there was a point where I thought, no, I like Alive 2 better than Alive, I guess, because at that point I was burnt out on Alive. So this was kind of fresh years. Although I did have a single from this around the time it came out in 77 or 78. It was it Calling Dr. Love? No, I had the Calling Dr. Love single, and I think Take Me was on the other side. This, I'm not sure what the live single I had from this was, but I did have a single way back before I had the actual record. And of course, there are a lot of touch-ups on this one, probably more, at least maybe more obvious on this than Alive. If I can remember when these songs come up. There are two songs particularly that you can the touch-ups are quite obvious. One is Love Gun, the other is it's another one Paul Stanley sings. I Want You? Yeah, it is I Want You. I'll talk about that when I get done, if I remember. So I think I can open it now. And let's see. It's tough to get out. It's a double record. I guess these... Oh, there. I'm just going to rip this open. I don't care. I guess these cellophane sleeves are meant to house single records, and this is a double. Oh, and this might be in worse condition than I thought, because it looks like, just that I see it now, the top is split open. So obviously the records come out the side here, and the bottom is split open too. So I don't care. As I said, it's my goal to get a new one. And there it is. There's the gatefold. Also staged. This is not from a real concert. Oh, and this is all in Spanish as well. Yeah. All right, and let's see the records. You know what they did? This is whoever had this. They taped up the sides. Yeah, maybe the camera probably can't pick it up, but there are tape on the sides where the record would normally come out. So I guess you're supposed to pull them out of the top where it's been broken. And let me do so. Oh, this is unusual. I've never seen this color before. It's not the Casablanca logo. Oh, the record looks in decent condition. So look at this. I've never seen that before. I've only ever seen the Casablanca label or logo on any Kiss record. But I guess obviously in Mexico it's different. This is made by Gamma. Gamma, I guess, is the record company or the record label. And there it is. And I guess, is the other one the same? I maybe should have checked. Yeah, it's the same. All right. Oh, look at this. Hey, it does that. Is this the booklet? There's something in here. Maybe this is a little bonus. Oh, I think it is. Maybe at least not a full booklet, but partially anyway. Oh, it's all kind of stuck in there. It looks like it's kind of taped in there. I don't know. Let me see if I can show. But it seems like I can't pull it out. Maybe I'll have to investigate. And is there anything in the second sleeve? Let me pull the record out. Oh, the record is tough to get out. The record is. Oh, there it is. There we go. All right. So let's see. Yeah, there is something in the second one too. Can I get that one out? Oh, I think this one. Yeah, it's really stuck. No, it is. They're both taped in there. And there's maybe you can see a little bit better there. I guess it's like a little bonus. I don't really care, but at least some remnant of it anyway. So now I will go through this track by track. So the first one, of course, is the first song is Detroit Rock City, a classic Kiss opener. Although I think on this tour they were opening with I Stole Your Love, so right away there's some trickery that they put Detroit Rock City as the first song, and I Stole Your Love was, I think, towards the end. It's the first song on side 3. And a lot of these, as I've mentioned, and I'm sorry to repeat myself, sorry to make you listen to something more than once, but I've said multiple times that I like all the songs on live, every single one. 16, I like the live versions better than the studio versions. These ones a lot I do, but there are a couple, at least 2 that I can think of that I prefer the studio versions. A couple, I guess, they're kind of equal, and a few I like better on the live. Detroit Rock City, I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about every song, which if I prefer it live or studio. But Detroit Rock City is a classic Kiss song. And next, King of the Nighttime World, one of my very top Kiss songs. I love King of the Nighttime World. So energetic. It's got, and I know it's a cover, though I think of it as a Kiss song. To me, it sounds more like a Kiss song than a Hollywood Stars song, which is who did it originally. Because Kiss really changed it a lot. And I love the end of King of the Nighttime World. Whoa, yeah, I'm the king of the nighttime world. Love it. El Baño de Mujeres, Ladies' Room. This one, I like the live version much better. Gene, he just sounds, I love his little ad-libs. I know we got some good-looking girls, and some of you girls want to get yourselves kissed. Meet us in the ladies' room. Oh, my voice is even worse than normal. And then the riff comes in, and Gene is, every time it's the same. Well, what follows me is my fame, and you're what I need to play the game. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. I love Gene's. Actually, Paul has some good ad libs too. Ladies' Room is a killer song. I never saw Kiss play that live. They didn't keep it in the set for too long. Haciendo el amor, making love. Love this version. The feedback that kind of starts at that riff. This is a real, I would say, a heavy metal song or heavy metal riff. And I love Paul's. Paul has a couple of good ad libs in the second verse. I guess it's the pre-chorus. Do the things I want to do. He emphasizes do the things I want to do. And then for me, my favorite one, it's such a small, stupid thing, but you're good looking. Then there's no way I can do this, even under the best conditions, but especially with my throat like this, before it goes into the second chorus. You're good looking. Woo. Can't do it. There's a big woo there. You're good looking. Instead of the best I've had. You're good looking. Woo. Amazing song, Making Love. And the last song on the first side is All Right, Love Gun. I love any version of Love Gun. Second side is Calling Dr. Love, another one of my top Kiss songs ever. How does Paul introduce that one? Does everybody feel good? What is this? Rock and roll pneumonia. Everybody's got rock and roll pneumonia. So let's call out Dr. Love. Amazing. Christine. And then Christine 16 is next. My favorite Kiss song in their entire catalog. I've said this many times. I love Christine 16. The live version, I'm not sure if I like it better or not as much as the studio version. Now going back to Love Gun, I mentioned that I was going to talk about where you can hear, I think, pretty obvious overdubs. I guess towards the end, Love Gun, the backing vocals, Love Gun. And you can hear, I think it's at that part, you can hear Paul then also singing, the Love Gun. And in the back, so you can hear Paul Stanley twice. That's what I think. Mujer con mala suerte, Hard Luck Woman. This is the one that I much prefer, the studio version, because this live version, which is not really live, the live version doesn't have the acoustic guitar, which I think is a big part of the song. And this was recorded, I think this one and the next one were recorded at Soundcheck. These were taken from different places. Some of them were taken from Budokan in Japan. I guess the bulk of it was from the LA Forum, and Hard Luck Woman and Tomorrow and Tonight were taken from a Soundcheck, like in New Jersey or something. But that one, Hard Luck Woman, I like the original, the studio version better. Next is Mañana y Esta Noche, Tomorrow and Tonight. Same thing, recorded at Soundcheck. I like the studio version of that better too. I like the backup singers. Tomorrow and tonight, we can rock all day. And then the female backup singers. So that one I like the studio version better. Next side, I Stole Your Love, which actually opened the show or opened that tour. another one of my top Kiss songs. My Love Gun is my favorite record. I Stole Your Love and Christine Sixteen are both from there. How Does It Feel? That's another good Paul ad-lib before the second chorus. What does he say? I can't remember. Oh my God, how many times have I heard these songs and I can't remember? I stole your love. How does it feel? How does it feel? Oh, how does it feel to find out you're failing your test? How does it feel? I stole your love. Love it. Next is Beth. It's Beth. It's karaoke. It's fine, but not really a difference from one version to the other. God of Thunder. Now this one I could do with my froggy voice here. When Gene comes back in, I am the Lord of the Wasteland. His voice cracks, just like mine has been cracking through this video. This is one, I know a lot of people love God of Thunder, and I like it, but I don't love it. I guess I would say it's overrated. This has Peter Criss's drum solo. Doesn't even come close to his drum solo in 100,000 Years from Alive 1, but still pretty good. And then when the drum solo ends, Peter Criss on the drums, and then the drum comes in, and Gene, I am the Lord of the Wasteland, but his voice cracks, and he says, I am the Lord of the Wasteland, a modern day man of steel. I gather darkness to please me, and I command you to kneel. Maybe I like the live version better. Next is I Want You. That's another one. I think I prefer the studio version of that. Again, just like Hard Luck Woman, I like the acoustic guitar. And I don't like the kind of sing-along that he does at the end. Paul Stanley kind of did this also with I Still Love You on Unplugged. You know, guitar solos and drum solos. This was really like I call it like a vocal solo or a voice solo where Paul is just kind of showing off how well he can sing. And he, at least at that time, is a good singer or was a good singer. I want you, the call and response. And then, baby. And Jason McMaster, the aforementioned Jason McMaster, and this is on YouTube. He went to that Dallas, when Kiss did the Kiss convention in 1985. Jason McMaster was there, and he somehow ended up with a microphone, and he sang that part during the Kiss, the Unplugged. He sang the baby when Kiss played I Want You. Oh, and this is another one. Was that the one with Paul's voice is duplicated? Yeah, the backing vocals is I want you, da, 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 da. Baby, want you. And it kind of bleeds over where he says, baby, want you, I want you. They bleed over for half a second. So again, clearly some studio magic happening there. And then the last song of the live parts before you get to the studio parts on part 4, on side 4, shout out loud, if you people want a little bit of rock and roll, I said if you people want a little bit of rock and roll, shout it out loud. Love that song. Probably the Kiss, my favorite Kiss anthem. I like it way better than Rock and Roll Night, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, whatever their anthems are. Shout It Out Loud is fantastic. You've got to have a party. And then the last side 4, obviously this is studio songs. And this is obviously something that has been speculated, I'm sure, by many people. What would have happened if Kiss had recorded, so they did these 5 songs in the studio. What would have happened if they had done another 5 songs and put that out as an album instead of the solo albums, or after Love Gun or after Alive 2, if they had put out another record studio album with 10 new songs. I don't know, but these ones overall, I'd say these 4 new songs, pretty good. Well, I'll go through them now. The first one is All American Man. I'm a 6-foot hot lot, all American man. It's pretty good. That's a Paul song. I like it. It's hard for me to look at these the same as I would if they were a studio album, because I got this later. I got this in like 1985, and I guess I had heard some of them maybe from some of my Kiss friends, but it's a pretty good song, but not as good as the next one. The next one is my favorite of the 5 studio. Is it the next one that's Rockin' in the USA. Yeah, or Bailando en los Estados Unidos de America. Um, I'm flying. I can't sing. I can't sing anytime, but especially as I'm flying in a 747. I'm passing by the pearly gates, and I'm coming real close to heaven. And my guitar just can't wait. It just can't wait. Dun, 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 dun. That's my favorite of these five. I love that song. Some stupid lyrics though. In France, really had the chance. There was plenty of romance. Um, Germany was really neat, just wasn't much to eat. Really bad. But I don't care about that. Great song. Más grande que la vida, larger than life. That one's not so, it's okay. It's a little bit kind of, for me, kind of slow. It doesn't really have much energy. It's not too catchy. Larger than life, it's okay. My love is larger than life, larger than life. It's all right. Rocket Ride is next. That's a great song. I really like Rocket Ride. Obviously, Ace kind of, I guess maybe that and what, Shout Out Loud, not Shout Out Loud, Rip It Out, maybe New York Groove, Shock Me. Those are kind of his signature songs. Space Ace, right? Rocket Ride. Baby wants it fast, baby wants a blast. She wants a rocket ride, she wants a rocket ride. Baby wants to please, baby's on her knees. She wants a rocket ride, she wants a rocket ride. That's a very good song. I like that one too. I would even say maybe I like that better than Shock Me. Not sure. And then the last one is the cover of Any Way You Want It, You Can Call Me Any Day. And I think Kiss does great covers. They do Any Way You Want It. They've done, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love Then She Kissed Me from Love Gun. Venus and Mars, Rock Show, the Paul McCartney song that they covered. Rock and Roll Radio by the Ramones that Kiss covered. I think Kiss does excellent covers, including this one, Any Way You Want It. So that is it for Kiss Alive. I think I'll think of this as a temporary version until I can somehow, some way, get a proper new version of it that's in, well, not in good condition, that's brand new. I really want that, the record. Not the record, the booklet. So that's it. What a joy it is always to talk about Kiss.